In this video, we are going to be learning how to approximate numbers to the nearest 100. So sit tight and let's jump in right away. Welcome guys. In this video, we are going to learn how to approximate numbers to the nearest 100. Now, if you're yet to watch my last video, I actually made a video on how we can approximate numbers to the nearest 100. Make sure you go back and check it so that you can come forward to this. Make sure if you understand that, you can come to the next part, which is 100. I will leave the link to the video in the description. So before I start, I gave my last class, I gave an exercise to do. I told everyone to try to attempt it and let's see how you're able to do it. So if you know you attempted it, kudos to you. If you know you did not, if it was difficult for you, please just comment, let me know how we can resolve it again. So I've done it. So here we have it. So these are the answers to the exercise I gave last like my last video. So I hope you did it and I hope you got this answer. This is approximation to the nearest tens, which I taught last time. So these are the answers to them. The first one, second and third one. These are the answers. I hope you got the same thing. If you got something different, please make sure you comment. Let me see what you got so we can do correction or something like that. If you understand it, please, I want to also see your comment down there. Now, let's go straight to today's video. So we are here now. So, how do we approximate numbers to the nearest 100? Now, if you remember what I thought about in my last video, I said the first thing you have to do is to do what? That is place value. But make sure you put your place value first before you start any working you actually want to do. So this is number 1 here. Yeah, let's come look at this here. I wrote 1 to 9 and I told you something when it comes to approximation of numbers. That from 1 to 9, you can see this arrow here means what? Round. You're going to what? Round down. But from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when you have those kind of numbers there, you round up. If you can remember, please also comment. I hope you can remember it. Now looking at this question, this is the first one. The first thing you have to do here is what? Put in your place values. This question says to the nearest 100. So once we get to the 100, you will stop there. Unit, tens, 100. Yes, I have to stop here. But if it was tens, I will stop here. But because this question says the next 100, I have to stop here. I won't continue. No, I will stop here. Then what's the next thing you're going to do? Who can remember the next thing you're going to do? Yes, of course. You check the number that is at the back of it. Just move backwards. The number that is at the back. That number will actually tell us if you're going to round off or round down. Now, the number at the back of this 3 is what? 4. Now, 4 means what? Is it round off or round down? Let's go back to our small table here. Now, see where 4 falls. And arrow means the arrow is taking us down. So it means 4 is what? Round down. So how are we going to leave our answer? So my answer here will be 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. Are we all seeing this? Because this 4 means round down, and round down means you won't add anything, change it to 0 and leave this number the same way it is. Leave the number that follows that 100 the same way it is. So 1, 2, 3, 0, 0. Let's move to the next one. Now we have to change this to the nearest 100. The first thing we have to do is to what? Yes, anybody? Place value. Yes, that's what you should do. Put that in your brain. Place value, that's the first thing you have to do. So once you have done the place value, you found our 100th number. Our 100 number was 6. Then you check the number that's at the back of that 6. What do we have there? 8. Now let's go to our table here. Now if you check from 1 to 9, 8 is here, and 8 falls under what? Round up. Rounding up. That's where 8 falls. And rounding up means what? Plus 1, as I said the last time. Plus 1. So I will add 1 to this 100th value number. Yeah, that is 6. So if I add 1 to 6, it becomes 7. So what my answer will be 5, 700. Yes. Look at this closely. I got my place value. Check the number that's at the back of it. That is 8. 8 falls under what? Round up. And round up means we'll add what? Plus 1 to what? To this number that we have here in front of it. So that is 6 plus 1, that is what? 7. Are we all seeing it? Let's move to the next number. Number 3. Now the first thing we have to do is what? Place value. Don't always forget it. Please do not forget it. The first thing we have to do is what? Place value. To know which of the number is what? 100, or if it's the nearest tens, it's the nearest thousand. It's the same thing you have to do. So since the number says the nearest 100, find our 100, the number that falls under what? The place value of 100. So let's check it out. This is unit, tens, 100, H. Good. So 9 falls under 100. Now once we've got our place, written our place value down, we now check the number that's actually at the back of the 100th number. At the back of 9 is what? 7. At the back of 9 is what? 7. Now let's come to our table right here. Now 7, is it round up or round down? 7 is what? Round up. And round up means what? Plus 1. So I'll add plus 1 to what? To the other number. So that is 7. We'll actually give 7 means what? Plus 1, because it's round up. Then I add my 1 to this place to 9. If I add my 1 to 9, it gives me what? 10. I will not put my 10 down immediately. I'll put 0. Yeah. Take 1 to this place. 6 plus 1 is what? 7. So what I have is what? 77000 as my answer. That is 677 000 as my answer. This was a bit tricky, but it's the same thing. If you can remember the last question I gave my last video, it's something like this. But this is just when we have 100. The last one when we had tens. So the nearest 100, let's look at this number 3 again, so we understand it perfectly well. Unit tens 100. Since we've got our unit tens 100, what we have to do now is what? Check the number that is what? At the back of what? Our 100, that is 7. And 7 falls under what? Rounding what? Up. And rounding up means what? Plus 1. I add my 1 to those 9 here. It becomes 10. I put 0 down here. Take 1 up. 6 plus 1 plus 6 is what? 7. So my answer will be what? 6770000. As I got my answer. It's very, very simple. It's very, very simple. What I want to do now, what I want everyone to do is what? Watch this video as much as possible for you to understand it perfectly well. It's very, very easy. So if this is your first time you watching my video, please make sure that you actually subscribe and share this video to other people who might also need it. It's very, very important to share it and also subscribe. Thank you. So I have an assignment or exercise to do. Please, I'll actually love it if everyone can try to attempt it and see what he or she can do. The more you practice your maths, the better you become. There's no magic in it. If you don't practice what is being taught today, you won't remember. You will actually forget. So for you not to forget is keep on practicing it. Then it sticks in your head. So let's go straight to our, here we have it. To the nearest what? 100. This is our assignment, the nearest 100. So make sure you do it, please. 1, 2, 3. So make sure you practice them. It's the same thing what I've done in my last my examples I gave. It's the same thing. What I want to do is to practice it. In my next video, I'll be talking about how to approximate to the nearest thousands. And we're going to end it with other unit tens. Under tens, 100 and 1000. Those three are the most popular questions you'll be asked. Approximate to the nearest tens, the nearest 100, and the nearest 1000. Those are the three questions you might be asked when you're doing approximation to the nearest. In my next video, I'll be doing approximation to the nearest what? 1000, as I said. So make sure you practice this exercise and see what you can do.